Welcome back to Cosmic Cultivators Handyman Edition Chicken Coop. Still working on it. Today we're working on the door. We're hoping to get the exterior walls up and insulated as well. That's at least the goal for today. Last time you saw us, we got the whatever it is, laying nest all set, insulated, functioning door, etc. You saw that. As you see, my assistant's doing what she does best,
answering our fans.
Nature's relentless. We have had wind every single day, at least 12 miles an hour
At
or
least
greater.
the sun is shining.
Sun is shining. We're out.
Yeah, you can hear that.
There's the wind. Let's get to this. Wind has calmed down a little bit. I wanted to show you what we have assembled so far and the tricks how I get this to look the way it does. So I start off with my top and bottom, because you always want a flat surface on the top and bottom so your door has a nice even swing to it. After that, we go with the sides. And what I like to do, if you can see that, I draw markers so that way I know exactly how to set it up. You see we have the bottom done already. Everything's lined up exactly the way I drew it out. So that's just a little tip for you. It might help you out in, you know, just keeping things aligned the way you want. So we're going to screw this the rest of the way, and we're going to fit our door, and afterwards we're probably going to end up sanding down the sides a little bit to make it a nice snug fit. So we got our door sanded off pretty good. It fits really well. Now we're moving on to the next step, which is the hinges. So our hinge width is a little bit too much for the door itself. So what we want to do is chisel out a little bit of the wood, like so. You see, we got that chiseled out, and that bracket is going to fit inside of that little chamber we chiseled out. I gotta fix this a little bit here. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite end, and then we'll show you installation of the door and see if it works for us. So it's a little snug fitting, but we can sand down the corners to where they need to be to make this a little more functional. But it looks like our hinges worked out perfect. What I'm going to do now is screw them in to the actual chicken coop, like so. And we'll see if this door opens and closes the way it's supposed to. And we're back. Things look really different now. So, as I was putting in the final walls, as I'll show you everywhere, Gina had made a purchase. It'll be here tomorrow. And we're going to show you the final assembly on the door here. As you see, works pretty good. Pretty good. Well, I got wood in the way there. As I was trying to show you, works really good. It's a little tough, but I want it that way, so that way it's more secure. We'll put a heavy duty handle on there and we won't have to worry about anything. So the chicken door, tomorrow we will be installing and finishing out the rest of the framework. There is going to be overlap here of plywood, so I can have the most airtight seal I can from the wind and etc, etc. So enough talking. Let's go check out the rest of the walls that we got installed today. This is the back wall. All good? Ready to rock? Oh, you can't really see the sun, I'm sorry. How about that? A little bit better. Back wall's installed. You saw me do the laying box, the construction of it, how it operates. Everything looks great. This wall with the window, fully operational, ready to go. On the inside, we're going to put some carpenter's fabric. I think it's called masonry fabric. Hardware cloth. Yeah. I know what I mean, I just can't say what I mean. We're going to be putting some hardware cloth on the inside, so that way it'll be just another layer of protection for our chickens. The wind's taking away a piece of plastic, which I gotta go chase down right now. So the next step, we're going to start building the roof. I think we're actually going to start doing it today. Here's a different perspective. I am standing inside the chicken coop. And about the only thing I could get done today was figuring out the final measurements, giving ourselves a nice flat work area to build the roof on. I ended up putting together a center beam, which is right there. Figured out that these pieces of plywood will only work with a 10-inch peak, which means my pitch is not very much. Therefore, I have to build this thing like a brick poop house, as they would say. There's just no other choice. I don't want to spend any more money than I already have to. So we'll just have to be more attentive to scraping off the roof, maybe. But I think the way I'm going to build it, we won't have to worry about anything. It'll be pretty sturdy. Ready to rock and roll. So that will be the conclusion for today. All the walls are in. Interior, exterior. Insulation's done. We are going to go ahead. These are my pieces all cut out for the next step. The roof, and that's the 10-inch pitch I was talking about. There's Gina down there. I think we need to add another layer. This is a little weak. We can fix that, no problem though. We got some extra wood. But all in all, honestly, it's warmer in here. I don't feel any breeze. So hopefully I did this right. Welcome back to day 2 of the second weekend of our chicken coop build. So we had to spend some money yesterday, unfortunately, to fortify the rest of the cage part of the coop and some brackets and whatnot for our roof. So this bracket is kind of what I need. I have to modify it because, as you see, I can't screw into nothing here. So I wanted to show you what I'm doing to modify this to my needs. We're simply going to go ahead and screw in one side. Make sure everything is lined up, flush, exactly the way you need it to be. I know you can't see because my hand is in the way right now, but I promise you're going to be able to see what I'm doing here. So as you see, this is not the right angle that we need. So if you come in here with a hammer and take the claw end of your hammer, you can go ahead and start manipulating this piece to exactly what you need, relatively. I have to hammer it out a little bit, as you see, but for the most part, we have that exactly where we want it. It looks a little fugly right now, but that's okay. The floor is a little shaky too. So now that we have that side all set, we're going to go ahead and repeat that process. Make sure this is all flush and lined up just the way we need it. And this is going to be our final screw right here. What I mean by final, we won't have to put any more in or take any more out. Make sure everything is true. Put that in. And just like we did before, we're going to take the claw of that hammer. And we're going to gradually manipulate that to exactly what we need. Then to finish it off, we're going to push this back into place over here. Find our pre-drilled hole. We're a little askew here. I'll have to fix that up. But you get the point of what I'm saying here. That's pretty much true. What we can do is come in, tap out the little things that we need here and there, little adjustments. But you can basically take any piece of hardware with a little imagination, turn it into exactly what you need for your custom build. And we're back. And we got quite a bit done from the last point that I left you, which was manipulating these hardware pieces to fit our needs. What I've done since then is I've created the ribs for the roof. I went ahead and did 4 ribs. They are spaced 22 inches apart, as you can see. I had to, you can see there's gaps. I had to, the plywood was not wide enough to fit across the whole roof. So I thought it was more important to have the overhang on the outside, which I have. And I pretty much just put a top piece on there. That's a little askew. I should fix that. So I have a top piece on there. I'm going to be doing the shingling, of course, which leads me to, I did not know exactly how to shingle, or at least start the shingling process. So what I wanted to do was take you up here as safely as I can. I'm not going to be able to do the whole thing to show you, but what you want to do is get your first shingle in place, and I want a little bit of overhang so that way there's no issues with rotting. And you'll notice that there's this white substance on there. We went ahead and got like this liquid plastic, I think it is. It says plastic dip. So it's basically plastic in a can, and we sprayed all the areas that were suspect of rotting. Hopefully that will help. So now back to the shingling process. I was confused how you started your first shingle when you have these slots here. So, you know, I went to YouTube University, and basically what you want to do is stagger these. So your first layer is going to be doubled up. And what you want to do is basically cut this off here. We'll be utilizing this section later on. I can't cut this and show you what I'm talking about at the same time, so we're going to pretend that that's not there anymore, right? Now that leaves us again with this pattern problem. What you want to do is cut this in half again, and then that's going to start your stagger. As you see, that slot is no longer there, and you start the staggering, and that's when you start getting your shingles on, like so. And then the next one will come on, and you see kind of what I'm getting at with one hand, the best that I can show you all. So what I'm going to do is we're going to shingle this roof off. We are still waiting on our delivery. Just as I say that, Amazon is backing up into our driveway. How amazing is that? The annoying screech of it, it's hilarious. So I guess after I get done shingling the roof, I will be showing you how I'm going to put our automatic door into the pre-existing door frame that we already have. So we will see you in a few. Boy, was that exhausting.
Chris has been a busy boy.
I wanted to get to the chicken door today. That did come in through Amazon.
Yeah, we can at least show it off.
That's what I was looking for, but hold on. Let me get up the ladder first before you move it. And we're going to show you all
Here, I can sneak under.
why I am a tired boy. So there you have it. Now you're probably wondering why I have these horrible looking white spots. I felt the need to spray them with that plastic, basically in a spray can, latex, plastic, whatever it is. I felt the need to cover all those, so we're not here for looks, we're here for functionality, and I wanted all that to be sealed. There you see our chicken door.
I'm not too happy that it's plastic, but we'll see how it works for now.
We'll see how it works. Let me come down the stairs.
So quickly, just, you know, preppers alike.
Stock up on your AA batteries.
3 AA batteries is all it takes.
Next, we're going to get this done. And then I think we're going to call it a day. At least I don't have to go up and down the ladder to do this part here. So there you have it. Here's the inside. It's dirty. We got lots of dirt and trash in there right now. But everything is coming together well. You see the garden is coming together. All the beds ready to rock and roll. Gina's been working hard, just like me. Oh, yes, more concrete. We have more posts to bury. I don't think we're getting to that today. Maybe tomorrow.
Hopefully tomorrow, so we can get this wrapped and get chicks.
We're almost to that point already, that's for sure. So we need to finish up the end caps. I don't think I'll be getting to that today. We're just going to put up some plastic.
So we do have a couple more things coming as well. One will be here tomorrow, the other will be here in a few days.
Yep.
But we have fans coming for the opposite side of the coop than the window.
We have two of them.
Good airflow.
So we're going to go one on either side of this. And we're probably going to put out, is that the solar one, right?
Yeah, they're solar powered.
So we're probably going to put the solar on the top there.
And then we also have 2 lights which can be used indoor and outdoor that are also solar powered, but I wanted them to have something at night, not
One
just be
will go in there, and that's also a heat source.
Yeah,
any type of light will throw off heat.
Just don't want them to be in the pitch black. I think it will make them a lot more comfortable at night.
We need to put this stuff right here. This is what I've been talking about. I have no idea the name of it.
Hardware cloth. It says it right there.
Yep, hardware cloth, even though it's metal. Gotta love the English language. Anyway,
so
we're
having a little bit of a debate on this. I want to do inside, he wants to do outside, but I
don't think
fully
it matters.
volunteered to climb up in there. I just think it will be a little more secure on the inside.
But I think that's also going to be a tomorrow project, unfortunately. We need to wrap up
You already
because
have a spider living in there.
we are going to be getting some rain tonight, and I want at least all of the roof done, including this. There it is, final product, at least for today. The roof is done on the chicken coop. Like we said, tomorrow we have a fan coming in. We'll be installing it on the other side. Our window is still operational. We gotta put some sealant in here, get that all taken care of. Install our chicken door and finish off our door, the end caps, and I guess she can just do whatever she wants on the inside of the chicken coop. Alright, well, that will conclude day 2 of chicken coop build. And we are back, day 3. And you'll see before me the door we have taken off of the coop. And today is assembly of this chicken door, automatic chicken door. So we're not exactly happy with what we bought here. You get what you pay for, right? So you see on the back here, that's an issue. Something can definitely push through that. So what I'm going to do, I have everything drawn out to save time and trouble, cut out, etc. Is I'm going to overlap this door with this beam, so that way you can see the difference. Here, I'll give you a awkward view. So you see how that's a problem there? So if I just put it a little bit overlapped, I fix that issue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strap all of this into place. I'm going to grab a piece of plywood. I'm going to put it on this table, flip this board over. Now I'm going to draw out the hole that I need to cut for my chickens to enter and exit the coop. Once we got that in place, probably going to do a bracer bar up the middle, and then we're going to put plywood all on this, and I think that will conclude the door. We will probably end up using some of the 3-inch styrofoam walling we have to insulate this, so that way it's easy accessible to take it off and fix it as need be, or even just take a little insulation out for a little more draft. We are back and we have our door back where it belongs. You see we have a big mess here. Had to do quite a bit of sanding to refit the door. After we put all of the supports in, it warped the door a little bit. So we had to do some sanding, had to do some chiseling and some sawing, but as you see, fits in nice. There's a little bit of a gap here, but we're gonna fix that up with our lock, a bolt lock coming down here. Now here's our chicken door, the moment of truth. Not too sure about how I like the quality of this, but ta-da! Automatic chicken door. So it says it's good for -10 degrees, rain, etc., etc. I don't like the way this case is for the batteries. I'm afraid it's going to get wet and start to corrode. I think we'll end up putting tape across this, just as a little extra layer of protection. As for the rest of it, we're going to run with it. It was a $16 buy, so you get what you pay for, I guess. Next step is putting a handle on here. But everything works great, as you see. There's a little bit of a stick. I mean, if you just bump it, you know, give it a hip bump, like I just did there, it works. Quick and final update for the weekend on the chicken coop. Have the door pretty much sanded to the way that I want it. Fits good. Went ahead and cut out the plywood for this. It is not perfect, but we have foam and a can to fix that all up. We have a little bit more work to do in here as far as insulating and stuff goes, as you see. We also need to get the hardware cloth on there to fortify that. Backside is good, ready to rock. We'll hit this with foam and caulking and all that good stuff. Get this really set. Gonna saw this off, even it. Let's go ahead and open this up and see what it looks like from the inside. Looks pretty good in here. Looks really good, I think. Not half bad for, you know, an amateur. So, that being said, this is going to conclude this weekend's chicken coop build. Next weekend, hopefully we'll get to the cage. We'll finish this completely off, all the extra details and all that good stuff. I would really like to finish this as well with the plywood layering effect. We'll see how that goes. I think I have to get that done before I do the fencing. But we have to bury a post there and over there. We got all of our wood that we had to purchase only because it's pressure treated, weathered, ready to go. I won't have to worry about it rotting. So, hope you enjoyed this episode of Handyman Edition. I wish I could have done a little bit more showing you what was going on here, but it's starting to rain. Therefore, I got to get everything picked up. Peace, love, and happiness. See you next week.